What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, another interesting video for you here on the channel. Today, we're doing Smackdown review for the most recent episode, Smackdown, May 17th. An interesting episode of Smackdown. I feel like there is a lot to talk about, some reactions, some things that maybe shouldn't have gone some certain ways. But yeah, other than that, let's get just straight into it. First off, we're going to go with Tiffany and Bianca, their match for the Queen of the Ring tournament. Going in order of the show, we always do that here. Also, I have to say the timage. I feel like I always say the timage when I'm recording this 17 minutes after SmackDown happened. But let's talk about some things with this match. One, I feel like the finish and everything for this match was the right decision. But let's also talk about some stuff surrounding the match in the sense of just this match in general, because there was a lot of things going on, some controversy going on both sides of the wrestlers. Maybe not controversy for Bianca Belair. We'll talk about Tiffany Stratton first. Some controversy she has done. Look it up if you do not know. Surprised that this match was still going to happen. At first, it was reported that there's maybe a suspension coming through. Then it got reported that actually not something that a lot of people are caring about as much as maybe some other stuff that's happened in the past. Bianca Belair. Supposedly, Bianca Belair is pregnant. Now, is this true? Is it the truth? Is it not? I don't know. The reason why a lot of people think about this is because Montez Ford recently changed his bio to say father of three, which if you didn't know, he already has two kids that Bianca Belair is a stepmom for. So is there a chance that, with these two being together, you would assume that there is another, baby coming out the way from Bianca Belair, not from somebody else. So is Bianca Belair pregnant? Because if so, bro, Tiffany's trying to kick the crap out of her stomach. Is that allowed? Can that happen? But with the finish, let's actually talk about the actual match. There's some things with this match that I absolutely loved. Not really much that I hated. I mean, this was a match that seems like this could have been a WrestleMania match. This seems like it could be a title opportunity match. This really does seem like this would have been a title match somewhere else. I feel like every women division match in this SmackDown division could be a women's title match in some way, some PLE match. It's insane. First off, let's talk about the injury with Bianca Belair. They are trying to pull off a fake injury of Bianca Belair, or maybe this is a real, because it's feeling like it's real and that she's just going to go through it, but she's letting people know it. But also, they do this thing all the time for WWE, so I don't know how real this is. They really played into it last match. They played into it this match. Wade Barrett said he talked to Bianca Belair about it before. Then they had a post conference about it, or post interview about it in the ring. Then they had an interview with Jade Cargill that talked about her knee there. Kind of interesting. But this match was good. There was a lot of suplexes, a lot of slams, a lot of great move sets in this match. This was I felt like a buff match from these two women, and they put on a show. This showed Bianca's capability of always wanting to win and always being that she will win. It was overall a great match. You guys might disagree on who should win, but they were never going to do. I think no matter what, Jade Cargill wasn't going to win. So if they wanted Nia Jax to get pushed, which I think that's why her main goal was Nia Jax was going to win, would they go against Bianca or Tiffany? Well, she's having this huge good thing with Tiffany. It had to be Bianca, and it makes sense that it's Bianca. Up next, we have LA Knight versus Tama Tonga. First, we'll talk about the promo with Solo, Paul Heyman, with Tama Tonga being a side character in that, and Tama Tonga is tweaking. I mean, they are trying to make Tama Tonga this tweaking character that only cares about wrestling, and it will fight and bite off a year if he has to because of wrestling. The way he was talking was just even yo, is Buddy okay over there? It's just shocking how they're trying to make the character of Tama Tonga look like, which is a fierce warrior. And during this match, it wasn't a crazy match in a way that I'm so stunned about some of the movesets, some of the kickouts, whatever. Did I think LA Knight was going to lose? I did not. I thought LA Knight was going to win this match, and I thought it was going to be the Bloodline tries to intervene, something happens where they're kicked out or something like that. LA Knight proves them wrong. They get really mad over that, something like that. But I guess when Randy Orton said when he was about to go against AJ Styles, he said, "Let me talk about Tama Tonga. I see you over there." He was hinting that he is going to go against Tama Tonga in this bracket. Um, I thought LA Knight was going to win, but I also said I could see a world where, Tama Tonga wins. It was very hard for me to choose, and I did choose LA Knight, and I chose LA Knight to go to the finals, which ultimately wouldn't happen. I would probably say now it is going to be Tama Tonga versus Jey Uso, which is insane, but I really like Jey Uso. I hope they make him King Uso. I'm excited. Now let's talk about the two big moments with Logan Paul. One before the match with Tama Tonga with LA Knight. Stare off between them. They are planting the seeds for LA Knight to go against Logan Paul. Something that I feel like all WWE fans have been wanting for a while. Wanting these two to face off. Wanting LA Knight to win some gold with the US title. I think it's going to happen. I think this is going to be either the Money in the Bank match. I think this is going to be a SummerSlam match. Whatever it might be, I think that it's going to happen. I think we're going to finally see Logan Paul lose that title. Now, what would happen with Logan Paul afterwards? I think main event in going for main titles is going to happen. They are going to put a main title on Logan Paul. It just makes more sense. LA Knight. I think this is a great stepping stone for LA Knight. LA Knight has been trying to go for these huge titles and ultimately have been losing. Now he's going to go for this gold, and I think this is going to be a winning opportunity for him. Now let's talk about the contract signing, because this was even an amazing event itself. During the contract signing, it was presumed that it was going to be champion for champion, winner takes all for the titles. This happened with Seth Rollins and John Cena back in the day, where Seth Rollins won, got both titles. Seth Rollins, I think, went against two people on the same night, lost against one, maybe vacated it. It's kind of fuzzy. I don't remember all that. But I wanted to see, Cody become a Grand Slam champion. And maybe this takes away the U.S. title away from Logan Paul. Instead, Logan Paul says, I did not agree on terms that this would happen. Sees the contract, rips the contract up in front of everybody. Says, this is my own contract that I am actually only going for Undisputed Champion. You are not getting my championship. It was a great promo through both of the wrestlers. Cody Rhodes was going crazy talking about Mike Tyson's going to beat the hell out of Jake Paul even. They kept talking back and forth, back and forth. It was amazing all around. I think this was showed of Logan Paul's, he's going to scum people over. He is going to make sure he's a good businessman, whatever. Had his lawyer next to him even. But I am sad that, Cody maybe not get the title and then vacate it. I didn't want the titles to unify. I made that very clear last week. But if Cody would have won this title and then he would have vacated, I would have been fine with that. But what an insane promo. Another match for Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill. Let's first talk about how amazing of a match this could have been if this was an actual match. And I want to say that because I'll talk about it in a second. This is a match that should be in a huge PLE, should be something that, should be at SummerSlam. I mean, we had the confrontation with them at Royal Rumble where Jade Cargill lifted Nia Jax and threw her away. I think this still could be a SummerSlam match in the end of the day because of a lot of factors. Now let's talk about those factors. Jade Cargill talking to her kid, Nia Jax ripping her away, and saying your mom sucks is top heel. This is something that a heel needs to be. A heel needs to be like this. I hope Nia Jax. I think Nia Jax is the best women's heel right now in all divisions. I want Nia Jax to continue to be this great heel. I want her to win a title, honestly, here soon. That would be insane. I think there's a lot of baby faces that could win over Nia Jax and really push them. Nia Jax with a title would be very nice. Maybe this is the title that Bayley has. Something like that. I don't know. Anyways, also, let's talk about the ending. Because I think a DQ for this match was the perfect ending. No matter what, they were going to put Nia Jax in front. Let's say even Jade Cargill was going to win. If Jade Cargill was going to win, they weren't going to have Bianca win. Then it was Tiffany Stratton. Well, Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton is one of the future matches that is going to be legendary in whatever it could be. Because Jade Cargill will either, one, be a heel, two, be a babyface, and really it's fine. They can do it whenever. But if she's a heel, she's probably at her all-time status, while Tiffany's probably at her babyface heel moment where everyone's loving Tiffany Stratton. It wasn't going to happen. That match was not going to happen. They weren't going to have Nia Jax versus Tiffany. Already talked about that. They weren't going to have Jade versus Bianca, because that's another match that they were going to have in the way future. It was always going to be Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair. Now, how do you get there? Is it Nia Jax just destroying Jade Cargill? Is it a great match by Jade Cargill interference? What could it be? This was the way to go. This was the way to go. Jade Cargill being there, trying to go against Nia Jax, letting herself go with a disqualification with a chair that Nia Jax first did. This was the perfect way. You don't have to get a pinfall for Nia Jax on Jade Cargill. Can't say Jade Cargill technically lost. She got disqualified. And you allowed Nia Jax to go ahead. Now, after this, Jade Cargill freaks the fuck out and starts going crazy and starts destroying people. That's something that I like to see. Now, it shows the hatred already for Nia Jax and Jade Cargill. That's a match set up that you can do. Making Nia Jax go ahead was just perfect, and it was just what was needed. And now we have Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair, which is a money-making match. Up next, we have DIY versus Legado de Fantasma. This was a good match. This was a filler match, it felt like. I did not expect A-Town Down Under just to be randomly shown in the corner. The combo against Ciampa was amazing. Was insane by Legado de Fantasma. I really did think that was it. I thought they were going to end it there, but I was like, DIY, why would you not let DIY win this? DIY is coming from Raw to SmackDown. Of course, they're going to make them show and kind of look like this all time in good duo. But overall, it was a good finish. Now, let me say while I'm talking about that, I was in and out of this match a lot because I was looking at Uncle Howdy stuff. Wasn't looking at it as much as I probably should have. But overall, still a great match. DIY, I think, should be winning tag title soon. When is that going to be? I don't know, but I hope it's sooner rather than later. And lastly, for the main event, we had Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes has been going on a crazy run. You know, first came out with the draft, win against Cody Rhodes. Then goes against an old person in Baron Corbin. That was a good match. And now he's going against Randy Orton in his first 4 weeks, I think. 4 weeks on SmackDown. What a run for Carmelo Hayes. This was a great match. This has shown that Carmelo Hayes knows how to sell, knows how to go into amazing spots. Randy Orton, of course, is Randy Orton. He's going to make every match look pretty good, going to have flair to it, whatever it might be. But let's talk about that ending, because the RKO to Carmelo Hayes was almost the perfect spot with a perfect sell. It was an amazing way to end the match. We knew Randy Orton was going to win. When Tama Tonga won, I immediately knew, okay, Randy Orton's going to win. But they finished the match really early. And when I saw that it was like 5 to 6 minutes left, I was like, okay, so we're either going to get a confrontation with the Bloodline, they're going to get involved, or something's going to happen. Which, again, we had a end promo with Randy Orton after Tama Tonga came out with the Bloodline. And the promo, that was spectacular. I mean, you get to see the fierce, like the screaming from Randy Orton. The man was foaming and spitting at the mouth from the promo. It was a perfect way to end this, like, SmackDown, and it really is kind of getting me excited for next week. I mean, we're gonna see some good matchups. Welcome back to the Uncle Howdy report that we do every week, every 2 days, every week now. I was going to make a video on the Twitch thing that was going on, watching it. Decided maybe not to. It wasn't that important in my opinion compared to, you know, maybe some others, in the way that the Twitch was just a full recap of what everything was going, and then the pictures from what we saw on Raw and the mirror and the reporter, it all just tied it all together. And then also what was I going to say? That there was some stuff with Kane that was probably talking about a feud with him, or how Kane is the brother of Undertaker. Undertaker is kind of like Bray Wyatt in the way that Kane is probably, you know, Bo Dallas. There was something else I wanted to say. The end with the face, which does play a factor into here. We'll talk about that. But let's get started. First off, they're recognizing the QR codes. They had a whole segment with Wade Barrett and Corey just talking about, you know, these QR codes. It feels so wild. Something's going on. We don't know what it is, which makes it feel that it's getting closer and closer. I'd probably say they are going to debut at King of the Ring. Now, I would say that if they were going to do the titles unification thing, could I have seen a world where, the lights turned completely off and um, all of a sudden Uncle Howdy's faction's in the middle of the ring and they kind of, DQ the match? Could have seen something maybe like that. Instead, um, I don't know how they're going to debut unless it's like a, Bray Wyatt situation where it's at the very, very end. I think that's what's going to happen, but I'm hoping that it's going to be something even a little crazier um, than what we expect. But the QR code today led to a video of somebody nonstop saying in my ears, "He is nobody, he is all of us, he is nobody, he is all of us," in the left, right, left, right, left, right. Um, and then at the end says, "So do you want to meet him?" And then they showed the same face that they have been showing from the Twitch of a video. You see hands at the bottom. You see, it feels like there might be a new look to Uncle Howdy. I would not be shocked if there is. Um, but now it's feeling like this story is not about, the Uncle Howdy. It's more about who's with Uncle Howdy and the family with Uncle Howdy. Um, and now we'll talk about some Easter eggs going on with everything. That the top of it is what the video kind of just goes into, and it just zooms into the photo, which could be a photo of a young Bo Dallas, but I'd rather say it's probably young Bray Wyatt. We'll have to see. There's no confirmation on what it is, what it's not. So, but at the bottom of the video, it says Vile Druid, which I thought maybe it was, you'd do it backwards and it was like door delivered, but doesn't spell door delivered. It says door something. Vile Druid, there's a lot of just weird imagery with religious backgrounds. There's a lot of imagery with like a veil, everything with that. A lot of weird stuff. But then you go all the way to the bottom of it, and there's actually a video of the crow with the link to the Twitch video. So obviously trying to show that. But then there's also a dot right above it, and it's a photo of someone. And the someone is Waylon Mercy, who is actually, who Bray based his character off of, where it's that at the very bottom. Same photo and everything, which is interesting, trying to show some homage to that. Then we have this thing right here where if you keep scrolling, you find that 4/7/2014. During this time in 4/7/2014, that there was a promo that came out. It was a promo saying "We believe." It was the first promo for Bo Dallas. Something like very interesting, of course, talking about Bo Dallas and talking about the Bray Wyatt family too, where I think they debuted there. It was Bray Wyatt. It's just the Wyatt family going against Cena, Sheamus, and Big E. So there was some hidden links with Bo Dallas, the Wyatt family there. Then the link to the WWE thing, it's 22423 equaling 13. Don't know what significance that is, but a lot of people also think this could be the postal code to Jeddah, but even doing my own research, you can look that it's not. Like, Jeddah is 2-3 something else. I don't think they would have it just a little bit off of it if it wasn't for the Jeddah Superdome, what's going to happen. But if you look up the date, it could be the episode of the Funhouse. There's just so much things that there's so many Easter eggs that we're going to probably see what it leads up to by King of the Ring. I'm just so interested to see where does this all link up to, because I feel like for, the King of the Ring, the actual date is Bo Dallas's birthday. I'm pretty sure around there. And then also it's the first teaser had the date for King of the Ring, which was 5/20 something, if I don't mistake that. So what could this all lead to? I'm kind of excited for it. I want to see what it all links up to be. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.